my name is Emily Crow, the maker behind Crochet Creations, and today I want to share with you a tutorial. I have just started my YouTube channel and I didn't necessarily plan on doing tutorials since I know there's a lot out there, but there are a couple specific stitches in my newest pattern, the Just Peachy Pinafore, that my testers thought would really benefit from having a video tutorial and not just a photo tutorial. So I thought this would be really awesome to share on my YouTube channel. Typically I'm going to share more things like vlogs, process videos, day in the life of a work at home mom. At Crochet I have started to knit. I am passionate about working towards having a more intentional craft and I want to share that with you. So if that sounds like something you're interested in and possibly more tutorials, then hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell notification so you can know whenever I post, since I really don't have a schedule right now. And if you like this video, please like and comment. Help get the word out about my channel so I can continue sharing what I love with all of you guys. So the stitches I'm going to talk about today in my tutorial, there are two specific stitches and together they make up the peach motif on my Just Peachy Pinafore. It's a nice poofy texture almost on these stitches. The leaf stitch is actually a plump post double crochet stitch that is offset to make it kind of diagonal. And then the peach is actually made with 8 double crochets together across 2 stitches to spread out that peach texture. So let's get into the tutorial. I can show you how to do these stitches. All right, so we are going to first work on the offset plump post stitches. Say that 10 times fast, oh my goodness. And that is what is going to make the leaf of your peach in my Just Peachy Pinafore pattern. Okay, you can see it's got a little bit of squish, a little bit of texture. It's pretty unique. I haven't seen it used in other patterns. It's kind of a combination between a front post double crochet and like a modified puff stitch. So that's kind of what gives it this little bit of texture kind of popping out of the fabric. I've got a contrasting color so you can see a little bit easier where I'm putting this yarn. Hopefully the lighting is okay for you. This is my first tutorial, so I don't really have a great setup yet, but I hope that this will work well enough so that you can be successful working on this special stitch. So normally if we were just gonna work into the stitch regularly, we would work right here into this V next stitch. But instead for this stitch, we're gonna be working into a post. We are not working into the very next post stitch, however. We are gonna work, since it is offset, we are working 1 row down and 1 stitch to the right, okay? So normally we'd be working a post stitch into this very next post. Instead, we're going 1 row down, 1 stitch to the right. So that would be this stitch right here. So it's almost a little backwards from where our hook is right now. Like I said, it's kind of like a front post double crochet. So I'm yarning over, but we need to keep our eye on that stitch is where we're going. I like to keep my thumb there to point it out so I don't overshoot it and accidentally do my stitch somewhere over here. We're gonna go down, we're gonna go around this post, and we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Now if we were just doing a front post double crochet, that's where we would end, but it is a plump stitch. So we are going to do that process again. So we're going to yarn over, we're going to insert our hook front ways around that post, yarn over and pull up a loop. So now we should have 5 loops on our hook. Now we can finish it off. We're going to yarn over, pull through 4 loops. You can start to see that texture, and then yarn over and pull through the remaining 2 loops on the hook. So now we have that squishy stitch, that plump post stitch. Awesome. That is 1 leaf. So we've got that done. Now the stitch is done in my Just Peachy Pinafore pattern all the way around the edge of the skirt. It's worked upside down if you didn't guess. So we've got a couple leaves right there, and then we'll do the peaches next for this skirt. We'll practice it once or twice more together and then I can show you the peach stitch. But make sure when you're working this repeat where you do single crochets on either side of the leaf as written in the pattern, you don't work a single crochet here because then you would be adding a stitch. So in place of working here, we are doing that leaf stitch. And so that spot will get skipped, okay? Make sure you don't add a stitch on accident there. Now we're to the next spot and we will do this again. We're gonna yarn over. Oh, gotta make sure we go in the right spot. Not this post, we're gonna go one row down, one stitch to the right. We're going to yarn over. We're gonna go around that stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull all the way up. Do that one more time. Yarn over, go around the front post, yarn over, pull up a loop. We have 5 loops now. Now we can kind of close off our double crochet. So we're going to yarn over, pull through 4, yarn over, pull through the remaining 2 loops on the hook. Okay, one more. Remember, we're skipping that stitch since we worked a stitch in its place. We're going to yarn over. We're going to go around a post, but not that post. One row down, one stitch to the right. Insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Make sure we pull it up all the way. We don't want to have too tight of a fabric. We don't want to have any weird bunching from us doing the stitch too tight, so just make sure you've got plenty of room. Yarn over, go around the post, yarn over, pull up a loop. There, now we've got 5 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 4, and yarn over and pull through the last 2. Okay, there we are. So we've got our leaves started. And I am going to work on this row and finish up my leaves, and then I will come back to show you how to do the peach stitches. I am ready to show you guys the peach stitch. So this is a little bit simpler. You might be more familiar with this type of a stitch. This peach stitch is actually an 8 double crochet together across 2 stitches type of a stitch. So it sounds like a mouthful, but it's pretty simple, I promise you. Right now we're working on the wrong side of our fabric. See, I've got my leaves right there that are always worked on the right side of the fabric, and then we will work the peaches on the wrong side of the fabric so that they line up correctly. In my pattern, there is a 4-stitch repeat of a single crochet, a leaf stitch, 2 more single crochets all the way around the edge of the skirt. For the peaches, the 4-stitch repeat is single crochet, peach stitch, which is the 8 double crochet over 2 stitches, and then another single crochet. So you need to make sure that your repeats line up so that you don't have a leaf and a peach totally separate. I am at that point right now. I am going to do my first single crochet, and then we are going to do that peach stitch. So we're going to do 8 double crochet together across 2 stitches, which means we'll do 4 double crochet into 1 stitch, 4 in the next stitch. All of them will be together, so we won't close off our double crochets. We'll yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that's our first half of the double crochet. We will not complete the double crochet. Normally you would yarn over and pull through 2. Nuh-uh, not here. We're doing 8 double crochet together on your hook at the same time. So that's 1. We'll do it again. Yarn over, insert our hook, and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 2 half completed double crochets, okay? We will keep doing that. We will do 2 more in this stitch to make it 4. So that's number 3. And that's number 4. We've got 4 double crochets in this stitch. Now we're doing 8 double crochets across 2 stitches. So we are going to do yarn over, and in the next stitch we are going to do another half completed double crochet. So this is double crochet number 5, but the first one in this stitch. We'll do it again. Yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Okay, we've got 2 double crochet in there. We'll need to do 2 more. We will have 9 loops on our hook. 4 from the first 4 double crochet, 4 from the second 4, and then our primary loop. And now we will close everything off. We'll yarn over and pull through all 9 loops on the hook. Whew, man oh man. But in order to maintain our stitch count, we need to add a chain 1 at the very end of this. So we're gonna pop it through, make sure it's gonna poke through on the right side of the fabric, And then we're going to continue doing our single crochet. Make sure our single crochet is not any looser than we normally would. And that will kind of help to anchor our peach stitch. So when we flip it over, ta-da, we've got that peach. It's spread out over 2 stitches, so that makes it a little bit more elongated, a little bit more segmented, so it kind of simulates the peach shape a little bit better. We will do that one more time. Yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1. Do it again. That's 2. Yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's number 3. Yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. That's 4. We'll do it 4 more times on the second half, okay? Yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. 1. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's number 2. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 3. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, that's 4. So now we have 9 loops on our hook, 4 in each stitch. Yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, and then we're gonna chain 1 to close it off, maintain our stitch count, and then single crochet in the very next stitch to help anchor it. Make sure that it's popping out onto the front of our fabric, and there we go. We have our peach stitch. On the skirt part of this pinafore, you are actually working these peaches upside down, doing the leaf first and then the peaches. And then when you work the front panel, it'll actually be a little bit different because you are working in the opposite direction. So the skirt is worked top down, front panel is worked bottom up. And so because of that, the stitches will just be a little bit different. So I will show that to you. All right, so we are back now, and our little ruffle is done at the bottom of the skirt. We've got our waistband, and our front panel is mostly done. We are back to the top where we are going to be finishing up the peach stitches. As you can see here, we did the peach stitches oriented a little differently on the top. The skirt was worked top down, so we did the leaves first and then the peaches. But for the front panel, the peaches come first since we are working bottom up. So I already did the peaches since there was nothing really different about the stitches other than you push them through to the right side of your work. So they're showing there. We're just working the same 8 double crochet together over 2 stitches. So those are the same. So I haven't included that in the tutorial again. But for this leaf stitch, it's gonna be a little bit different. We won't be working around the post of a stitch down and to the right. We are going to be working to the very beginning space stitch of the peach below it. So if you remember how the peach is made, we're doing 8 double crochet together across 2 stitches. So when you close off all the double crochets together, that's that first stitch, and then you do a chain 1 space after it, okay? And so that maintains a stitch count, so you're working the same number of stitches across, even in this row with the special texture. To do the leaf, you're going to be working into this very first space. So that is the stitch that closes off all 8 of those double crochet stitches when you work them together. But that's the only thing really different about this leaf stitch. But we'll go through it together, kind of show you. I switched my yarn color so you can see a little bit easier. We're going to yarn over, insert our hook into this space. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Don't pull that loop too tight. Yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop. So now we have 5 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through the first 4, and then yarn over, pull through the last 2. Now we've got our little peach, cute. We'll practice it one more time just to make sure. I've got my single crochet stitches that are in between my leaves. We are into position. We are going to yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop. And now we've got 5 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 4, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Remember, when you're working, make sure you don't accidentally do another single crochet into that stitch. Because we're doing the leaf stitch, to maintain our stitch count, we're just skipping that stitch, going right over it, and going on to the next one for the single crochet. So there you have it. That's our modified leaf stitch for working the very top of the pinafore. Thank you again so much for joining me as I showed you these special stitches that are part of my Just Peachy Pinafore pattern. I hope that you really enjoy learning these new techniques for crochet and that you can use these stitches in my pattern as well as in other crochet fabrics that you want to do to highlight that peach shape. I also hope to come out with more patterns in this Just Peachy line so that you can continue to use these stitches in other fabrics and other designs. Again, if you want to support my channel, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all the things that you know for YouTube, just to show your support and that you want to see more of my content. And let me know down below what you think of this tutorial and these stitches that are pretty unique in my experience. I haven't seen anything like this before. And let me know if you have any other questions or if there's anything else that you want to see me show you how to do in crochet. Or knitting too, because I'm picking that up and that's been so fun. Let me know down below what you would like to see more from me, and I will see you next time.